Cap, this is your All Things Abundance January 2021, and or when you come across this, feel free to apply it to early February as well. Spread a love and light, highest possible messages for Capricorn. Okay, taking a leap of faith, Aquarius Fool card. A lot of joy and exuberance. I kind of get like a futuristic vibe, right? Because the Fool is hopeful about the future. He's kind of seeing the world as this wide open thing to jump into and feel good about. But that's a mindset, that's a state of being, first and foremost, Capricorn. I know that you operate with the ruling planet of Saturn, so you're much more, it could be you're much more oriented to want to have a more disciplined, restrictive outlook. But the Aquarius, the age of Aquarius mode that we're in, especially with your planet, I think has it so that you want to start to incorporate and utilize like a futuristic open source model of viewing things, especially in regards to your future. Dr. Joe Dispenza talks a lot about kind of, are you living in the past? Are you living, in the present, or are you living in the future? The Fool is enthusiastic about the future and is willing in the present moment to kind of make that action, take that action, to proceed to move forward accordingly. So that's the table, we're setting the table right now, Capricorn. Coming out of a third-party situation, possibly with the Three of Cups in reverse, picking up after the party. Could read it as the Two of Cups in the upright, contracts, new beginnings in partnership and relation. But it could be more so that you're leaving the pack, you're leaving the crowd. You may have found the pack or the crowd or the party or the moment that you're leaving, the mood and the vibe that you're leaving as a little bit restrictive or if not limiting. Okay. The Queen of Pentacles in the reverse talks about not being able to necessarily kind of provide in the way that you would like to. Speaks to resources. You can read it as a Knight of Pentacles in the upright, something that's slow and steady moving, but again, not providing exactly what you need. It could have been more of a drain than something that kind of added value. So you're setting your sights on this is an abundance reading. So you're setting your sights on that which you value. Now it's interesting to note that abundance can be read in different ways. It could be abundance of health, abundance of your social network, abundance of resources, money, finances, business, career, relationship, however you define it. So don't limit, especially with that Fool card being kind of the energy of the read. You're not necessarily limiting yourself. Interesting that Saturn is in Aquarius and the Fool card is your first card to come out and is powered by the Aquarian energy, the planet Uranus, the planet of surprises, sudden changes. Kind of impactful dynamite energy. And again, you're Capricorn, so Capricorn reading, and that ruling planet being Saturn as well. Interesting to note, not for nothing, Queen of Pentacles, that's Capricorn and Sagittarius energy, symbolic of Sagittarius season moving into Capricorn. Happy birthday, by the way. I don't even know what season are we in currently. I don't know if we're in Capricorn season now, or if we're in Aquarius yet. But yeah, happy birthday if so. And what else can we say about the Queen of Pentacles in reverse? It's almost as if like you just spent, on a party or something, and now it's over, and now you're ready to move on. So yeah, a lot of move on energy. You have your sights on where to next. Okay, got Two of Wands energy. The world is your oyster. Young Emperor energy, trailblazing, intrepid energy. You're a lot of badass energy as well, Capricorn. For the mere sake of, you tend to accomplish anything you kind of set out to do. If your mind and heart's really behind it, that's kind of what Capricorns are known for. Kind of seeing things all the way through. Two of Swords in the reverse, coming out of a decision-making process. I'm moving left or right, and this is going to be symbolic of a major completion of a cycle. Graduation card, the world being your stage. So quite literally could be traveling, going to Europe, making a big decision, moving back home, or leaving home. This is a big completion of a cycle. Whatever it is, it's almost as if you had like a going away party type energy. Capricorn, so very beautiful, awesome energy with that world card. Okay, not for nothing. Okay, a little sadness, emotional processing. Spirit, what does Capricorn need to hear in regards to abundance? This is an abundance reading. It could be an abundance of, keeping close ties with the people that you could be leaving or moving away from. If you're, it could be anything. Work relocation for a relationship, just graduated, I could, read that there is like a highlight to try to keep connections with those that you are leaving. In the All Signs reading, the daily snap on Instagram, check that out. Feel free to like and follow on Instagram as well. The messages for those signs, all the signs, and the All Signs reading, it's running in tarot on Instagram, by the way. Was like a lot of like compassion based, compassion for the human condition, compassion for yourself, compassion for others, and thus allowing to just have things open and flourish and bloom and blossom and grow in and come in. And, almost like a spring welcoming energy. Which is not for nothing, but we're rounding the corner of, winter, and I think, we tend to take on the energy of the seasons to some capacity, so it's kind of leaning into that, almost kind of even like welcoming, it could be like a newborn as well type energy. Okay, Emperor in the reverse. It could be that you're being like a hard ass or a tyrant, so just know that all that does is restrict. Know that that's an aspect of like a fear energy, is when you have like these crazy unreachable standards and expectations, and if you can't meet them, if people around you can't meet them, just know that that's easy to be conditioned and to have come from. Culturally speaking, especially if you're in the United States, and or just in general as a whole in the world, we're, as a totality, we kind of, not to speak for everyone, but it's like, I think the tendency is to be born in the state of survival, right? But now we're trying to switch over to thrival, and again, that comes with a lot more compassion and allowing things to grow in and bloom and blossom. Taking time and space and really enjoying. But that's a whole journey unto itself. It's tricky. It's slippery. It's very ethereal, and it's easy to fall into this survival. Got to make money. Got to do this. Got to do that. Got to accomplish. Got to achieve. Got to be something. And kind of, again, not to be like a teetotaler, but like the compassion falls wayside, and that's the thing that we would need for anything to want to come into this world, anyways, right? Okay, so when you do, then that's when the offers do come in. Okay, you attract more bees with honey, then there you go, offers, double offer energy. You attract more bees with honey than vinegar. So when you start to kind of lead by example, cardinal sign, Capricorn, you get the emotion, you get the resources, you get the offer, the opportunity. Excuse me while I hit the camera. Yeah, because you're tuning into that signal. You're tuning into that frequency now. So you're less on this kind of survival tip and more on this like, oh, I'm tapping into the abundance that I have here now. And eventually you kind of start to infuse your environment and surrounding with that by being the kind of influencer. Okay, could be leaving relationships, old contracts, old associations. Don't beat yourself up about it with that judgment in reverse. Marching fearlessly, charging in fearlessly to the new beginning. Yeah, spinning that wheel of abundance, fortune, destiny. Could be fame. A lot to do with that Fool card as well. But just knowing that Ten of Pentacles wanted to fall out. So yes, know that the direction that you are moving into is very much so associated with abundance, Capricorn, and to not fear. Okay, there's a lot of love here. There's a lot of support. There's a lot of legacy here. So you could be being backed by your family. You could be wanting to kind of add to that, to continue that, to take those cornerstones and those virtues and those ethics and that ethos and contribute to it. But that comes from, compassion and not to beat the same drum, but that's what I'm getting. And compassion for yourself first and foremost. Look, this isn't a simple thing that I'm doing here, especially if I am relocating or graduating, or now you have to kind of move forward and apply and hold on to your faith and your trust and your regard for the fact that, look, I made it this far. So, you're going to get a lot of mileage off of that kind of like sympathy and all that stuff. I'm not saying like go and have a pity party for yourself, but just know that it's okay. And you got the Nine of Wands in reverse. That's kind of putting down this resentful energy. The Nine of Wands is doing all this work, and expecting something in return, but not getting it because you're holding on too tightly to the expectation, okay, to the end result. And you're being asked to let go, less divine intervention occurs, and you hold on too tightly, and the crown of the ego has to be knocked off with the Tower moment. So you don't want to push to where you're just completely destroying what it is that you love and that you're trying to build. Okay, that's what I'm getting for you, Capricorn. So letting go isn't just letting go. Because sometimes we're kind of advised let go, and but that's not easy, right? We're conditioned to want to hold on and maintain control, and for our sense of security and being, at the helm of, what's going on. And but if you kind of tap into the understanding of, oh, this is coming from this place, this is coming from a good place, but when you're holding on too tightly, then then you have a stranglehold on that which you're trying to let grow in. So try to pull it back a little bit if that's applying to you, if that's what's going on. Or in the very least, look at the areas in your life where you do have a stranglehold, or maybe things are tight financially and it's kind of flipping you into survival mode, and understand that those are frequencies and those are channels that you're reactively tuning in, right? We naturally live in an abundant world, but it's these external frequencies and messages and scarcity and competition and genetic progress and evolution that's telling you this, go. There's a time clicking clock, time ticking clock. And but once you know that that's what it is, then you're just like, oh, it's just this. But it's not this really like do or die situation. So, not to say that there aren't situations like that exist, but even in those situations, you could kind of see from a place of compassion. And even in that occasion, it will allow you to kind of see where you could assist or see where you could really try to resonate with, the lesson or the beautiful message, even if it's just recognition of the fragility of life, to make you appreciate your own life more, things like this. And this is where wealth and abundance comes from with the King of Pentacles. This is where you're going to be able to kind of reveal and tap in to that joy and that abundance that's always been in us. It's just that, we tend to kind of fall from that grace sometimes, but even if you do, you try to understand that nothing's gained or lost, and you try to get to that point of understanding and just knowing what's trying to be done, and trust and faith at the end of the day. However that applies to your situation, Capricorn. So yeah, I guess I could leave it there. Feel free to leave a comment if this resonated. Like, share, follow across all social media platforms. If you would like a one-on-one reading, love to try to help you as much as I can in regards to where I'm at in my personal journey. I'm constantly still learning things. I think I just learned about compassion like yesterday. I say that with like a little like kind of like tongue in cheek, but there's certain things that we know that are there, but to bring them to the light of our awareness, to the forefront of our consciousness, and to be able to be like, oh, this is the thing that you kind of have to choose as well in certain situations. It's a part of your utility belt. It's a tool for you to use. And so when you're conscious of these tools that you have, then you can live your life. You can play the game, at a whole different level. And, and I'm finding that, at least my understanding is that, like, this thing we know as compassion, again, we're not monsters, or I'm not a monster, but if you don't look at it for what it is and see its usefulness, to open things up, to lighten things up, to have heart for everything and everyone, that being a good thing and leading to things coming in and growing in and leading to people to, leading to people wanting to open up and contribute and throw something in the pot or add value. That only comes from letting go of your stranglehold, your false sense of, control, which is a fear mechanism. So we're only always choosing between love and fear, essentially. It's just what kind of different dimensions and shades are we talking about? Right now we're talking about compassion. It's its own, attribute. So, point being, I was gonna say something earlier, I kind of lost the thread, but yeah, you're tuning into that frequency. I can only help through my readings at the level in which I'm at. So by no means do I claim to have everything down pat or know frequencies. It's all about awareness, right? So if I could assist, or if you see something in this reading or in me that makes you think that I could contribute, then by all means holler for a reading. My rates and my prices are fair, and I'm flexible. Check out the website runningontarot.com. Check out the Patreon for reduced prices and percentages off. Running Gun Tarot across all social media platform, and leave a comment, like, and subscribe. It really helps the channel. And what else? Yeah, just wishing you the best, Capricorn, that you could do what you were made here to do in this lifetime, and contribute your value and your awesomeness to help make the world a better place in whatever way that you can. All right, I'll leave it there. Holler at your boy. Peace.